Hey guys, it's Kyle Thompson with eXp Realty, bringing you another weekly market update, and this week we're going to be focusing on apartments. Let's dive right in. Okay, starting off big picture. Last month we had 36 new listings, 19 new sales. The average list price was $381,116. The average sale price was just over $368,000. The average sale price to list ratio was 96.3. Average days on market was 64, and we ended the month with an inventory of 134 units. Now let's jump over and take a look at what that does for the market conditions. As always, I like to use both the monthly supply of inventory method as well as the sales to new list ratio, as I find using both measures gives a more complete picture of what's going on in the market. With that said, using the monthly supply of inventory method, we came in at 5.85, which puts us into a neutral market. However, we are kind of on the cusp of being into a buyer's market. If we use the sales to new listing ratio instead, we came in at 54, which puts us right in the middle of a neutral market. Now let's jump over and take a look at the active inventory. Last month, we had a big drop in new listings, falling all the way from 61 in January down to 35 in February. Sales also fell from 22 down to 19 month over month, and expireds fell from 11 down to 6. This is the lowest amount of expireds for a month in the trailing 12 months. And the benchmark price for an apartment in Kamloops rose $13,000. This is the largest gain month over month in the last 12 months. Now let's take a look at the end of month inventory. Last month we came in at 134 units, which is about middle of the road over the last 10 years, and we're within 1% of the 10-year average of 136. If we look at new listings instead, so far year to date, there's been 97 new apartment listings, which is the fourth highest in the last 10 years, so pretty well middle of the road. And currently we are about 10% above the trailing 10-year average of 88. If we look at new sales instead, we see that so far year to date, there's been 41 new apartment sales, which is middle of the road over the last 10 years, and we are about 9% below the trailing 10-year average of 45. Now let's jump over and take a look at the sales dashboard, starting off with average sale price. This table is measuring year over year changes, so a full year over a full year. And when looked at that way, prices are down about 2.17%, falling from 403,000 down to 394,000 and change, with most areas being down on the year, with the exception of Dufferin, Westside, and Sun Rivers. Now let's take a look at the sale to list price ratio. Once again, all this is a measurement of how much properties are selling on average below the list price, and it's a good proxy for how much negotiating room you have when you are the buyer. With that said, last month the average sale to list ratio rose about 0.9%, from 95.3 up to 96.3, which is about middle of the road, but that means that there is slightly less negotiating room on average when you are the buyer. Now let's take a look at sales by sub area. This table is full year over full year again, and when looked at that way, apartment sales are down 6.14%, falling from 293,000 down to 275,000. It is a bit of a mixed bag on which are doing well and which are not, so if you would like to take a closer look, go ahead. We are going to move on to average days on market, starting off with the 10-year. So far, year to date, it's taken an average of 88 days for apartments to sell, which is the second highest number in the last 10 years, year to date. And currently, we are sitting about 38% higher than the trailing 10-year average of 64. If we look at the trailing 12-month average instead, we see that in February, it took an average of 64 days for apartments to sell, which is within 3% of the trailing 12-month average of 62. However, we did fall precipitously from in January, where we came in at 109. Finally, let's take a look at days on market by sub area. This table is full year over full year again, and when looked at that way, apartments are selling about 3% faster than they were the year prior, falling from 63 down to 61. And currently, the fastest selling areas of town are Dufferin, Sahalee, and South Cam, all with an average days on market of 50 or less, whereas the areas taking the longest to sell are Dallas, Juniper, and Sun Peaks, with an average days on market ranging anywhere from 79 up to 104 days. That's all for today. I really hope that you guys are continuing to get value out of these market updates. If you are, consider liking and subscribing to my YouTube channel. And if you ever feel like you want something added to these market updates, or maybe something needs to be more thoroughly explained, please feel free to leave your comments in the comment section below, or reach out to me directly, and I will do what I can. I appreciate you taking the time, and I'll catch you on the next one. Thanks for watching.